The phone rang at 10:17 p.m. Unexpected. Sharp. Like a crack-splitting glass. Linda didn't immediately realize it wasn't the alarm, the neighbors through the wall, or the thunder beginning to drum against the windows. It was the phone on the kitchen table, beside a cold dinner and an untouched glass of wine. She stared at the screen, disbelieving. Emily. Her daughter. The one she hadn't spoken to in 9 months. Linda froze. Her fingers trembled. One thought flashed through her mind. What's happened? She knew if Emily was calling this late, something was terribly wrong, or she was leaving again. Hello. Her voice came out hoarse, as if squeezed from her chest. Mom. Emily spoke softly, choked. I don't know where to go. And in that instant, Linda understood. It was all starting over. 30 years earlier, Linda and her husband Mark had bought this house in a Denver suburb. 2 stories, a backyard with an apple tree, a 2-car garage, and a nursery they'd prepared like a sacred space. They dreamed of quiet, happy lives, Sunday barbecues, school plays, family trips to the mountains. But life doesn't ask what you dream of. Emily was born in 1998, stubborn, vivid, with fire in her eyes and questions no one could answer. She didn't want to be like everyone else. She refused to study law like Linda hoped. She didn't want suburban life like Mark envisioned. She wanted to be an artist. Live in New York. Paint pictures that make people feel. You don't get it, Mom, she'd said at 16. You've never painted. I get that you're risking ending up with no job and no roof over your head. Linda had shouted. That's not a dream, Emily, that's running away. Their fights became ritual, like dinner at 7, only instead of food came accusations, instead of wine came tears. Mark tried to mediate. He'd always been quieter, calmer. But even he grew weary. Maybe we should just let her go, he'd said once, after Emily first left home at 18. Let her go. Linda had looked at him like a traitor. She's just a child. No, Linda. She's an adult. And we can't force her to live the way we want. What if she makes a mistake? Then she'll make a mistake. And it'll be her life. Linda couldn't accept that. 7 years passed. Emily lived in Chicago, then Austin, then back to Chicago. She waited tables, sold paintings on Etsy, showed her work in basement galleries. Sometimes she called. Sometimes she wrote. More often, she stayed silent. Then, last year, she came back. I'm pregnant, she said, standing on their doorstep in the rain. Linda didn't hug her. Didn't say, it's okay, everything will be fine. She asked. Who's the father? Emily bit her lip. He's gone. You don't even know if he'll come back? I don't want him to. Then why are you here? Pain flared in her daughter's eyes. Because I'm scared. And Linda closed the door. Not immediately. Not harshly. But firmly enough for Emily to understand. She wasn't welcome. Mark had stood silently in the living room, fists clenched. Later, he slept in the garage. You had no right to do that, he said the next morning. She's your daughter. You have no right to judge me, Linda replied. You're always on her side. I'm on the side of family. Family isn't just her. It's us too. It's everything we've built. And she keeps breaking it. No, Linda. She's just trying to live. Now, 9 months later, the call at 10:17 p.m. I don't know where to go, Emily repeated. Linda took a deep breath. Where are you? In the car. Outside your house. Linda walked to the window. Through the rain, she barely made out the silhouette of an old Honda. Wait, she said, and hung up. Mark was asleep upstairs. She didn't wake him. She grabbed a cardigan, an umbrella, and stepped outside. Emily sat in the driver's seat, soaked, pale. Her belly was unmistakable. Why did you come? Linda asked, not looking at her. I gave birth, Mom. Linda turned sharply. What? 3 days ago. At the hospital in Boulder. And you didn't tell us? I was afraid. Afraid of what? That you'd say I can't handle it. That I'm a bad mother. That I ruined everything again. Linda felt her heart clench. Where's the baby? In the car. She's sleeping. She opened the back door. There, in a car seat, lay a tiny bundle wrapped in a pink blanket. Her face was miniature, her lashes just like Emily's as a child. Linda dropped to her knees on the wet pavement. "What's her name?" "Sophie." "Sophie," Linda whispered. And suddenly, she cried, not from grief, not from anger, but because the wall she'd held inside for so long had finally collapsed. "Why didn't you come sooner? I didn't know if you'd take us in." "We'll always take you in," Linda said, and for the first time in years, it was true. Mark came out 10 minutes later. He saw his wife holding his granddaughter, his daughter standing nearby with her head bowed. He said nothing, just wrapped his arms around all of them. That night, they didn't sleep. They drank tea, warmed bottles, watched Sophie sleep. "I want to stay," Emily said at dawn. "If I can." "Home isn't a place," Linda replied. "It's people. And you've always been home." The next morning, Linda woke early. She made an omelet, just how Emily liked it as a child. Mark repaired the old cradle they'd kept in the attic. And when Sophie woke crying, Linda picked her up and whispered, "Hi, little one. Welcome to the family." For the first time in years, she felt that everything would be okay. Because family isn't the absence of conflict. It's the choice to forgive. Even when forgiveness comes too late. Especially when it comes too late. 2 months passed. Emily found work at a downtown gallery. She painted in the evenings. Linda watched Sophie. Mark taught his granddaughter to recognize birds in the garden. One night over dinner, Emily said, "I want to apologize." "For what?" Linda asked. "For thinking you didn't love me." "And we want to apologize for making you feel that way," Mark replied. They stopped talking about the past. But every glance, every gesture now carried what went unspoken. "I'm here. I'm with you. I love you." Sometimes, late at night while Sophie slept, Linda would watch her and think, how could I have been so blind? But the past can't be changed. You can only build the future together. On the day Sophie turned 1, they threw a party in the garden. Friends came. Neighbors. Even Emily's ex stopped by briefly, just to congratulate them. Linda stood beneath the apple tree, holding her granddaughter. "You know," she said to Emily, "I always thought being a good mother meant controlling everything. But it turns out, it just means being there." Emily smiled. "I'm learning too." "We still have time," Linda said. And it was the truest thing she'd ever spoken. Family isn't perfection. It's struggle. It's pain. It's choosing each other, every single day, no matter what. Sometimes that choice comes too late. But better late than never.